Hey there, I'm Rin Olson. This is The Dog Show. This week on The Dog Show...
Hi, I'm Marissa for The Dog Show. I'm here at Citi Field for the North Shore Animal League Fall Festival, where hundreds of dogs are available for adoption. Hi, I'm Marissa for The Dog Show. I'm here with Matt from Sean Casey Animal Rescue. We're here with Alyssa. So can you tell me about Alyssa?
Sure. She is a 2-year-old pit bull mix. We don't know too much about her background, but we know it was kind of rough. Wherever she was before, she'd been bred, and someone actually removed her tongue, most of her tongue. Despite that, though, she is an absolute sweetheart of a dog. And she's available for adoption now.
How does she get along with other dogs and children?
Well, from what I've seen as a volunteer for Sean Casey at mobile adoption events, off-site adoption events, which are usually pretty crazy because there's all kinds of people, kids coming up, other dogs. She's done very well. Been calm, as you can see now. Very curious about other things, but seems very gentle.
Now, does she have any health problems?
She does not. She had, the tongue problem, but despite that, she's fully able to eat and drink normally. She's kind of endearing, just because she does get a little sloppy, but just like a kid, it's kind of fun. But she was fully vetted by the veterinarian, which is at One Love Animal Hospital, and she's healthy. And before she would be adopted out, she would be spayed or neutered, receive all of her shots, deworming, and flea or tick, to prevent the medicine to prevent fleas or ticks as well. And then, as part of the adoption, you get one free veterinarian visit after as well, just for another follow-up.
Oh, wow, that's great. Now, is she house trained and is she good on a leash?
She is. She's been in the kennel, of course, and she does wait to go until she's walked, which is a good sign. There'll probably be some adjustment period once she gets into a new home, but I don't think there'll be a problem there.
So how does she do on a leash?
She is still kind of working on that. She pulls a little bit, so it'll take a little work, but overall she's doing really well, adjusting well to it. Just take a little patience and some positive reinforcement, and she'll be a great dog to walk.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us about the adoption process or your agency?
Absolutely. Alyssa is at Sean Casey Animal Rescue, as you mentioned, in Brooklyn. There are 2 locations of Sean Casey. One's in Sunset Park and the other's in Windsor Terrace. And Alyssa's at the Windsor Terrace location, which is open every day of the year, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And for more information about this particular dog and the rescue and all the available animals, the website is nyanimalrescue.org. There's pictures of the dogs on there, information about them, cats as well, and everything else that the rescue does is on there. So.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Matt. That was Matt from the Sean Casey Animal Rescue Center. I'm Marissa for The Dog Show.
For The Dog Show. We've all heard of pop art, but what about pup art? Well, tonight in Brooklyn, there is an art gallery event called Pup Art, and it's all going to benefit a great cause. We're here with Melanie Travis, who is the events manager of tonight. Awesome turnout, first off, amazing job. Tell us, where exactly are we? What are we doing tonight?
So we're in South Brooklyn, a new arts-centric area of New York, as you know, and we're doing an art show to benefit rescue dogs. So all the artwork you see on the walls has been created for this show, inspired by a Bark Buddy. Bark Buddy is an app. It's like Tinder for dogs. So you swipe and you find adoptable dogs in your area. So each of these artists created a work inspired by a Bark Buddy. They're all up for adoption in the New York area. And all the prints are for sale to benefit the shelter from which that dog comes. And throughout the night, these dogs that you see on the walls are going to be here as well, up for adoption.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's amazing. There's so many different dog participants in this. Tell us a little bit about the artists that you found for tonight.
Well, they really range. We have some sort of indie famous artists like Sophie Gaman, who are big in the dog art world. And then we even have a print by a 15-year-old, by a 9-year-old. We reached out to a number of artists that we admire in the dog world, which exists, sort of dog-centric artists. And then we have a blog called The Bark Post, which is very big, and we put out a call for submissions, and we received a ton of submissions, and we selected among those ones that we felt, really were sort of very inspiring and touching and sweet, and also of high artistic caliber.
So tell us how someone can find out about Bark Buddy, or how can they get involved? What's the first step someone can take?
Well, you open the App Store on your iPhone and you download Bark Buddy, and then it's pretty much very simple from there. You just swipe, yes, no. I'm sure 3/4 of the people watching this have been on Tinder at some point, and it is exactly like that, but instead of a man or a woman, it's a dog. And that's the first way to engage and get dogs adopted, which is obviously our biggest mission. And then other than that, our sort of biggest known property is barkbox.com, which is a monthly subscription service of boxes for dogs, toys and treats. And everything that we do is to make dogs happy and healthy, whether it's dogs that are already in the family or dogs that have yet to be part of your family. So.
Well, congratulations for such an awesome night. It's been fabulous so far. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Her painting right here, beautiful. So many cute bushes, I can't get over it. So tell us a little bit about tonight. How did you get involved?
Well, I've been helping shelters for almost 4 years now, ever since I started photographing dogs. And my series of pit bulls with flower crowns has gotten very popular online. So Barkbox and Bark Buddy reached out to me and see if I wanted to get involved. And I said, of course, I love what they do and I love helping shelters. So this is awesome. It's a great event.
So tell us a little bit about your art as well. Do you only paint animals, or do you paint other things, or?
This is actually photography. So I know, a lot of people, especially online, a lot of people are wondering. It's photography with digital painting on it.
Wow.
Yeah, I only photograph dogs. That's all I do. I don't like photographing people.
The colors are almost paint-like, though. I would never guess, seeing from a clueless art person, that it would be photography. That's brilliant.
Oh, thank you. I mean, there's a lot of post-processing that goes into the final piece. So I photograph the dog wearing the flowers, and then I spend a few hours just adding layers and playing with blur and splatters and stuff on the computer. So it's a lot of work. It's really fun, though.
Do you have a dog yourself?
No, that's the
No!
question. I know.
And you photograph them all the time.
It keeps it fresh for me. Not having a dog is actually great because each time a dog comes to the studio, it's new and exciting and mysterious. So I love it.
A little absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marissa for The Dog Show. I'm here with Jennifer for In Our Hands Rescue, and we're here with Pee-wee. So Jennifer, what can you tell me about Pee-wee?
Well, Pee-wee is a very sweet little Chihuahua, maybe a mix, could be with some Rat Terrier, we're not really sure. He came with a group of other dogs from Georgia. There was an owner surrender where she just couldn't take care of him anymore, and there was a lot of them, and her health was failing, and they obviously were loved and cared for, but sadly had to come into rescue, or else they would have been put into a high-kill gassing shelter out in Georgia. So we stepped in and took them. Pee-wee is one of the remaining. He is about 2 years old. He's neutered, up to date on his shots. He's heartworm negative. Medically, everything is done. He is housebroken, very sweet, good with other dogs, good with cats, good with children, wants nothing more than to snuggle on your lap and give you kisses all day. If you're looking for somebody to sleep with that night, you'll always stay warm with Pee-wee.
Yeah, can you tell me a little bit more about Pee-wee's energy level? He seems a little bit nervous.
Well, given the circumstances, he is very nervous. But in the house, I've actually had him personally with me. He's nothing more than a snuggler. He's not high energy. He's not very much of a barker. He will play. Give him a little squeak toy or a soft ball and he'll engage. However, he does want to cuddle, and that's all he really wants to do all day long.
Now, does Pee-wee have any special needs or medical problems based on that situation you were talking about?
No, none at all. He's tested heartworm negative. He eats a normal diet. Everything is good with him.
Wow, that's great. And is there anything else you'd like to share with us about the adoption process or about your agency?
Well, we are a non-for-profit. We work solely on our donations, so our fees are a little bit higher than your local shelter.
So what kind of fees are we looking at?
His is $350. It covers the medical, the transport from out of state. We're always willing to take more because none of us are paid. We are all volunteers, and it just goes back to saving dogs like Pee-wee. And if we have a little extra, you never know who's going to get picked up along the way. So it's a pretty easy application process. It's an application, a contract. We will check your reference. We'll want to speak to your veterinarian. We'll do a matchup and a meeting. Not everybody who applies gets a dog. We try to match up properly, but we're not that hard.
And where can people go if they want some more information?
InOurHandsRescue.org. We also have a Facebook page that says a lot about all the animals and the activities of the rescue, and our local events are posted every week on our Facebook page and on our website.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Jennifer.
Thank you.
I'm Marissa for The Dog Show.
Hi, we're back, and I am with Ada, who is going to be a regular on our show. She is known as the Queen of Dog Fashion. And Ada, who do we have with you today?
Well, I have Manhattan on the Rocks and Kahlua Royale.
And they're dressed very fancy. So I heard you made these clothes?
Yes, I do. I'm a certified pet fashion designer, and my girls were walking in the procession, and they had to be in fashion. So she's on her Sunday best.
She's on her Sunday best. Yeah, she
Yes,
looks
I saw
beautiful.
Manhattan.
Manhattan, yes. Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I am, like I said, I'm a certified pet fashion designer. I also run the New York City Chihuahua Meetup. We have close to 900 members. We work in the media, all my dogs and the cats too. They all work for TV, and I'm also a pet stylist for some TV shows.
Wow, a pet stylist as well. That's a big job.
Yeah.
And how many people? You said 800 members in your chapter?
We have in our Chihuahua Club close to 900 members. They said that you can never have enough, like potato chips, you can never have enough. So figure that each member have at least 3 Chihuahuas, multiply that, and that's how many Chihuahuas we have in our club. At least.
At least, she says. My
At
goodness.
least.
I can't imagine being with that many chihuahuas all at the same time. Look at how sweet these dogs are. Do you have anything you want to say today, sweetie? This is Manhattan.
Yes.
Now, we're here at the Blessing of the Animals on the grounds of the St. John the Divine Church, and you are watching The Dog Show. Thank you. And later, we look forward to seeing you more on The Dog Show in your
Absolutely.
fashion segments, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Marissa for The Dog Show. I'm here with Christina, the shelter director for North Shore Animal League America. Can you tell us a little bit about the dog here with us today?
Sure. This is Alexis. She was actually recently rescued from a puppy mill in Oklahoma. She came here last week with 78 of her friends, and we rescued them, and we're really happy to bring them here so that they could all find homes. We've done a lot of adoptions so far today. So she still needs a home. She's a really cute dog. She's about 3 years old. She is a Maltese.
Does she have any medical problems?
So Lexus actually was given a dentistry, just because dogs from puppy mills, sometimes they can have, dental issues, I'm sorry. And sometimes they need some teeth extractions and some cleaning, but she had that done already. She's been spayed and she's fully vaccinated and she's ready to go home,
Great. Now, is she house trained?
She's not house trained yet. Dogs from puppy mills, they've lived in their entire lives in cages. So she's gonna have to learn how to do things like that. But they're very, very resilient dogs that were rescued from puppy mills, and we definitely expect her to be trained just as long as somebody's a little bit more patient with her.
Sure. And how does she do with the leash?
She is still learning how to walk on a leash, again, just because she probably hasn't actually walked on the ground ever in her life. So again, it's, sometimes they get more nervous in situations where there's a lot of people around, but they definitely can learn, Lexus will learn to walk on a leash.
So would she do better in a home maybe without other pets or without children?
She would actually do well in a home with children, maybe children just over the age of 6. And she would do well with other pets. She's done well with other dogs, and she gets along with them well.
Great. Thank you so much. And is there anything else you'd like to share with us about your rescue or adopting in general?
Well, I'm just really excited today. We're just wrapping up our fall festival, which marks our 70th anniversary of North Shore Animal League America being open. And so if people didn't find the pet that they're looking for today, I just wanted to let them know they could come down to the shelter. We're in Port Washington, New York, and we're open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then on weekends till 10 p.m.
And where can people look online if they'd like some more information?
www.animalleague.org.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I'm Marissa for The Dog Show.
So excited to be here with Kristen Doney, which is one of my favorite artists of this evening, if I might say. This is an awesome illustration. I'm learning all of my art words tonight as well. Of New York City, but it has all of these cute, dog-themed goings on. So Kristen, tell us about tonight.
Well, tonight's a lot of fun. We were asked to pick a shelter dog, and I chose Archie, a pointer mix, who is at the Animal Control and Care Center, and he's residing in Brooklyn, and he's waiting for his forever home. And he couldn't be here tonight, but I'm hoping that this will promote him, and all the dogs will find a good home, and he'll be home soon.
So tell us a little bit about your illustration. What was the inspiration?
Well, walking around New York City, I'm inspired by all the dogs that I meet, and I kind of just love this. I love New York. I love dogs, and who doesn't love puppies in an illustration? So I do children's books, so the age group, so there's a lot of busyness, and the kids like to see certain things, like there's a cat. The cats, though, in my illustration works are usually very naughty. They can be kind of jerks in the picture, but I love cats, but in my artwork they tend to be naughty, and right there that cat is selling counterfeit watches from his coat. And then it was hard to pick just one dog to feature, but I chose Archie. He just kind of had this sweet face, and he had this little scarf around his neck. And but I filled the picture with dogs that I knew from my building, who a lot of them are shelter dogs. So I have Sadie and Beagle, and I think Rocco's going to making an appearance tonight. And we have Momo and Steve and Zoe, and so all my little puppy friends are in the piece. So
I love that.
I like the way I drew them, but I think we got their personality.
They definitely did. It's a little tribute to New York City dog life. I love it. I love it.
New York, you love dogs, and New York City is a dog town. It's a lot of dogs live here, and there's a lot of great rescue organizations that are fantastic, and they do a lot of work, and I'm thankful for all who foster and adopt and support dogs in need. So it's a great.
What's so cool is talking about how many dogs there are. There's dogs running around us right now as well, which is kind of awesome. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
We are here with Christina and, more importantly, Chicken Little, who works at BarkBox. Christina, tell us a little bit about tonight. Tell us about BarkBox. We want to hear all the goods.
Yeah, so BarkBox is just a company that's all about dogs, and so the dogs work with us. Chicken Little was at work with us all day today in some important meetings with the other dogs, and we're just psyched to be here, just like promoting a good cause and with other dog lovers. Really excited.
Chicken Little has been checking out all of the artwork tonight. So tell us what you were expecting from tonight.
So we're just kind of launching this new idea we had, just a crazy idea. We're all about having events where people can come with their dogs, because it's kind of hard even in a pretty dog-friendly city like New York. So just come, check out some dog art and just have some fun with our dogs.
What's Chicken Little's favorite toy, thing, food?
Chicken Little is really into squeaky toys. She likes to destroy them. But also, her favorite thing in our office is actually her piece of art. So we have an art installation. Actually, one of the artists that's featured here, Christina Watke, I think, made sticks for all of our dogs, and Chicken Little has a stick in the art installation. She's a huge art fan.
Lucky, lucky. Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
Hi, I'm Marissa for The Dog Show. I'm here with Anthony, the Director of Offsite Rescue for the North Shore Animal League America. So Anthony, can you talk to me a little bit about what you do as the Offsite Director of Rescue?
Of course, when it comes to offsite adoptions, what we do is we have two programs called the MAP and the CAP program. And the MAP is a mobile adoption program where we bring our animals to adoption events and to get animals adopted. With the CAP program, that's where we work with other rescue groups to do their adoptions, to promote rescue adoptions all over New York and New Jersey and Connecticut.
So what kind of events do you have to help rescue animals from? Is this now hoarding? Is this puppy mills? Is this weather-related situations?
Well, when it comes to emergency rescues and puppy mills, that is what we do. The most recent one was the mill dog rescue in Oklahoma. We took in almost 80 animals from this. We traveled, North Shore Animal League America traveled over 1,500 miles to rescue these animals. And the animals come back in neglectful situations. They come back with socialization issues. They come back with their hair, their nails are all long and matted. You know, when we bring them here, we give them their second chance at life. And we do our mission statement, which is rescue, nurture, and adopt.
So can you tell me about some of the things you guys do to nurture them? Do you provide them with medical care and training?
Yeah, North Shore Animal League America makes sure every animal is seen by a vet, spayed and neutered, vaccinated, groomed, evaled by a behavioralist, and put up for adoption.
That's great. And can you tell me a little bit about this truck behind us?
Of course. This truck behind us was donated by Rachel Ray. She has a passion for rescuing animals. And with this rescue unit, we're able to rescue hundreds and thousands of animals on a yearly basis.
And so what do you do with this truck? So did this come down with you for the rescue that you just had?
Yes, this truck did come down with us. It's basically a mini shelter on wheels because it has cages, it has 2 generators that supply electricity, heat, air conditioning. So it's basically like a mobile adoption center.
That's great. And is there anything else you'd like to share with us about rescuing or your organization or adopting animals?
I mean, just that shelter animals are great, and rescue animals will love you more for it. You know, they know where they came from, and they know and they appreciate what you're going to do for them. So rescuing a shelter animal is the best thing you can do. And North Shore Animal League America breeds that, lives that, and really believes in that mission statement.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Anthony. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
I'm Marissa for The Dog Show.
That's our show for this week. You've been watching The Dog Show. I'm Ren Olson.